Hey, welcome to RumJohn Bar. What's RumJohn Bar? It's a place to chill, hang out, have fun, just relax, maybe have a couple drinks. Accompanied today with Bao Abraham, my friend of mine who lives locally here in Central Florida. Today we're going to try a rum. This is one of my favorite rums ever, Siesta Key. It's brewed somewhat locally down in Sarasota, and my wife and I stumbled onto it about 5 years ago. We were staying at the Sheraton in Tampa, and I was telling the gentleman behind the bar that I'd like to try a local rum, this being Florida. And he goes, "Boy, do I have a treat for you." And as soon as he showed me this, my wife and I have been hunting for it, and it started becoming pretty popular. So now you can get it at a lot of liquor stores. A couple of interesting things. Like I said, it's brewed locally here in Sarasota. The closest island to Sarasota is Siesta Key, so great place to visit. My wife and I went down there and checked it out. The founder is Troy Roberts. He and his family run the distillery. Like I said, my wife and I were able to go down and visit and check it out. And some of the stuff that we learned is Troy was a software executive, retired early. Sorry, that's got to be a bummer, right? So he retired early. He had a couple hobbies and whatnot, and decided he was such a rum fan. He started brewing his own rum in his basement. And after he started brewing it, he had his friends try, and they joke, and I'm going to joke too. If anybody's brewing rum, call me. I'll come try it for sure. And so he started brewing it, and his friends were like, "This is amazing. This is the best we ever had." So he, kind of brewed a couple more, and then decided, all right, I'm going to start Siesta Key rum. And then they kind of, I don't know if they pushed him before or after, but they pushed him into, sending it down and getting it entered into a contest, and it won. And so that's where Siesta Key kind of like really started kicking off. And then the story goes, he started making different flavors and that kind of thing, and they never had a flavored rum category in the competitions, but he started winning so often, they said, "Okay, send us something else." And they sent him something else, and then they started a flavored rum competition. So it's pretty interesting. Like I said, he is the CEO. He runs the actual distilling, or the corporation is called Drum Circle Distilleries. Siesta Key being one of their flavors, or one of their drinks. His wife is they call her the chief decorating officer, and then his son is actually, one of his sons is actually one of the head distillers. And when we were there, he was actually the one that gave us the tour. It was fantastic. I'll be honest, it was kind of one of those going to a local distillery. I didn't know what to expect, but it was very welcoming. It's a little bit of a drive for us here where we're at, but Sarasota is a couple hours away, hour and a half away or so. So we just cruised down there, had a good time, had a really good time. I recommend you go and check that out.
So you said they won quite a few.
Yes, the Caribbean Journal, I believe it is, has a competition, and he won in 2013, 14, 15, 16, and 17. So that's he's running away with it there. So that's where they basically like, okay, give us something else. You're winning, we get it, you're good, and so now what? And so he's got quite a few flavors now. They've got coffee. He's got a coffee flavor. He's got an aged barrel flavored whiskey barrel where they age it in barrels, and I have to tell you, coconut rum, coconut rum, blah blah blah. Everybody that makes rum gets coconut. They make a coconut rum, right? Because it's the beach flavor or whatever. Spring break, right? Gives you that spring break feel. But I would tell you, the coconut rum, and we'll try this later. I'll bring you back, and we'll try this later. But the coconut rum that they have is actually a roasted coconut rum, and it is. I would say it's a grown-up's coconut rum. All right, not to get snobby on you, but I'm just saying it is fantastic.
I can't wait to try it.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll like I said, this is the bottle. Hey, something else interesting. I was thinking. So every bottle, like I said, there's not very many of these bottles made. It's not like a giant Bacardi or anything like that. So it's still family, kind of small time. And I am big on the small time distilleries. When you get into the mass production, you lose something out of it. And that is the one thing I will say that during the tour they said is that he's not going to sell out. He's going to keep it in the family, small time, very good. So small time that each bottle has a number on it in the bottle. And the same guy has been putting that number on the bottom of the bottle since they started. Patrick is his name.
Oh, wow.
And so they joke that, I don't know the joke offhand, but it's something about don't do anything bad with the bottle because it's got Patrick's fingerprints all over it. So just word of warning there, right? But it wasn't me. They're starting to branch out where you can get it. When I first got into finding it and drinking this brand, you couldn't get it anywhere really outside of the area. And when we were down there, they were telling us that they have now made some deals with a couple of the distributors, and now you can get it in a couple of, I think ABC Liquor is one of them. Wherever ABC Liquor is, you can get it there. But again, it's hard to come by. So if you find it, get it. Get a couple.
I read my mind on that one because I was going to say, this is great, but where do I get one?
Exactly.
So
ABC.
Okay. And so I was going to ask, what stood out to you when you visited the distillery? Like, what was the presentation on the outside? What happened when you got on the inside? What about it?
So I'm glad you brought that up. So I will admit the outside appearance of the distillery was a little standoffish. So when I pulled up to the parking lot, I thought, okay, I'm an industrial park, and this is a warehouse. Okay. But I will tell you, yes, while it is a little bit like this feels like a warehouse on the outside, when you step in, Troy's wife has done a fantastic job of making the place absolutely welcoming. You go in and you feel as though like it's not like that warehouse, like watch out for the forklift kind of feel, right? You go in and the store, the shop is right there inside the front door, and I felt like, even though there was a tour going on, I felt like as soon as I walked in the door, someone in that store looked directly at me and kind of, that look you get, like, hey, come on in,
So that family feel you're talking about.
Yes, exactly. The small time family feel, like, we're all family here, come on and have some drinks. Okay. Which also leads me to the other fantastic. Now, there are a ton of rums that they have. And if you go on a tour, ladies and gentlemen, they will line them up for you, and you are free to try them for, until you have had enough. Don't quote me on that, but we were there for over 35 minutes.
About the head nod, I'm saying that, yeah.
Not counting the tour, we were there at the bar for 35 minutes. So no, but the store is great. They've got a bar, it's probably twice as big as mine here, and they'll sit there and just pour on. I'd like to try that one, I'll try that one again. And then they have something we want to do here too is after we're done with this, I want to show you another drink. But they do that too. They have, if you go to their website, and we can try that later too. But they have a whole list of drinks that they, you're buying our rum, here, make these drinks. This is how you, mix them up.
They have suggestions.
Yes.
The drinks.
And they also have like key lime pie made from their rum. And
What?
Yes, it is. So I highly recommend going. Go in and you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Putting it on my list. I hope you guys
absolutely.
are too.
Yeah. And so then, I guess, without further ado, let's try this out. I want you, before we hit this, I'm going to pour a little bit in your glass here. We've got the official RumJohn glasses here.
RumJohn.
They're unofficial, but if you know me, that's my style. So I'm going to go ahead and pour a little pour here. But what I want you to do, actually, just take a sniff. Just take a little. I'll display the bottle while we're doing this right here. Just take a smell and let the audience here know
That smells great. It smells like I'm on a beach somewhere, white sand. Just blue horizon, so the water is just clear. That's the kind of sense I get from this.
Yeah. So I have to tell you, so the spices that you smell. This is one of the other fantastic things about Troy is that he does not use. He uses all natural spices. So The stuff that you have in your cupboard, that the ground peppers and the ground, that is the same stuff he uses. There's nothing artificial whatsoever. And I tell you, I can smell that because I smell every time I open this. And if you know me, and I've said the same thing 1,000 times, so you're gonna hear it again. When I open this bottle and I smell it, I smell Christmas. I smell nutmeg and hazelnut. And I'm gonna tell you right now, from experience, this is hands down the best rum you can have with eggnog. Absolutely the best, because that nutmeg and that hazelnut smell you have, you put it with eggnog and you're done. That's it. You just walk away and
it's a very pleasant taste.
Yes,
you're not in danger. So,
cheers, sir.
Cheers to it. Let's do it.
First test.
Yes, I can taste all the nuts you were talking about in there,
right?
And it's very soothing.
Yeah. So I'm gonna set this here for a second because I want the fans to know, or the subscribers, and thank you again for subscribing if you did. This is meant to be something fun, and I hope you guys come back. The idea behind this is merely we're in a weird time right now, and so I wanted to start the channel to kind of get people thinking about, hey, when things get back to normal, what can we do?
That's right. Get the positive vibes flowing.
Yeah,
there's a lot of negativity out there, so
let's get positive. And I started with my favorite because I don't want to start with the one that I hate the most, because if you don't subscribe, I'm not going to keep doing this, so we might not make it to my favorite. So let's start with my favorite, right? Yes, hit subscribe wherever it is, please. Please and thank you. I want to keep doing this. I know today we're going to do two things. We did the first one, which is taste, and then the second thing I want to do is I want to mix a drink. And part of this show, and I'll get better at this. We'll flow a little bit better later. But part of this show is the idea is that I want to show you the things that help people chill. Right? Rum, by all means, gonna help me chill.
Mind if I do?
Oh, so good. And then after that, I want to show you, what can you do with rum? Right? We can make drinks. You can, when you're sitting back and you're having drinks, what do? Well, behind the set here is a barbecue pit, and we'll show you how to make some barbecue. I think next week when we do a video, we're going to do a video of, we'll probably try Pirate XO over here. But I also, make sure you can see that because it's back down here. Pirate XO. Another one of my favorites. Actually, Pirate XO was my favorite before. So that's number two.
Ex.
That's my number two.
That's your ex.
Yeah, that's my ex. That's right. That's
wow, this guy.
So yeah, we're gonna try that one next week. But what I want you guys to know is that we're gonna do all kinds of stuff. And if you have ideas of things that hey, this makes me relax, or I want to share this with other people. John, can you do this? Absolutely. Let me know. So we're gonna do next week. Like I said, we're gonna do the Pirate XO, but I also want to do. I'm gonna probably have my wife Liz show how to make her famous guacamole dip. Holy guacamole! Yeah, it's good. So I'll show her. I'll have her just maybe kind of go through what we do and what she does to make that, and keep it fun and lighthearted and vibed, and that's just kind of what we're gonna do here. And if you guys got some ideas, you like the show, give me a thumbs up, subscribe. The first drink here, let's get back on task. The first drink I'm gonna make after we finish these guys. Again, sir. And I know some of you are gonna say, you guys aren't drinking that right. You're not tasting it right. This is not a snob channel. This is a couple guys hanging out in the backyard bar next to a very, very nice pool, just chilling, right? You're going to get the impression that you would get from anybody else at a bar or anywhere else about a drink. This is fantastic. Now, what can you do with this drink? You might ask about. Let me show you. Let me show you. So, one of my favorite drinks when it's a hot, hot day is to take this rum. Again, I'm going to put a little bit of a shot. And I call this the poor man's pina colada, all right? Because I'm not a big fan of pineapple in its own right, so this is more like just a pure coconut kind of pina colada kind of feel.
Yeah.
And what we do is we've got 7-Up and we've got Bao water. Bao water. Lemon. Bai.
Yeah, I think it's Bai.
Bai.
Right?
Put in the comments how to say that because we can't figure it out. We Googled it and Google didn't know how to do it either. So these are the 3 ingredients to make this drink. Ice, maybe not, maybe so. First step, I pour about half a glass to say about 2/3 of a glass of that, of the coconut water, and the rest 7-Up. You know, let me help you out there, sir.
There we go. What I'm talking about. All right.
A little help in there.
Yeah.
All right, so again, the coconut water. You give it 7-Up. Okay, and 7-Up. And this is a drink when it's hot outside, and you know you're like, oh, should I go and have a Gatorade, or should I go and have a drink? This is the drink I go to. This is the poolside. I'm gonna sit on a chair and just relax. Cheers to you, buddy.
RumJohn recommended.
Oh, that's so good.
That's better than Gatorade.
Oh yeah, that's way better. That's way better than Gatorade.
That's definitely better than Gatorade.
Try that out. It's good with ice. It's cold. It's fantastic. And you know we'll keep this going. If you got any other suggestions for types of drinks, anything you want me to hey.